Hey, this is my video response for the Wyatt contest. So let's get ready to answer these questions. The first one, what got me into collecting vinyls and physical media? I think there is plenty of reasons. Probably the most important ones were the vinyl collection that my father has. That since I was young, I always got envy of him because he has lots of vinyls, way more than me. And the other principal reason it will be that I always felt that when you care that much about music, because in my case, music is very important to me in my life. I think it kind of feels different to listen to some music you like. It feels different, yeah, that if you do it online, you do it on physical format. I don't know, and I love reading booklets and what I don't know. It feels different. And by the second question of how do I convince my friends to no, well, the question was yeah, to get into vinyl. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think I will use the usual way. The best way I think it will be to really show it, because I remember like 2 months ago, it was my birthday, so my girlfriend gave me with two vinyls, one from Asphyx and the other one from Entomb. No, my friends like that kind of music. No one of them like black, death, thrash, heavy metal. But I still I put the Asphyx record just to show them how the vinyl sounds. Even though like, they didn't like the music, they were pretty impressed by the quality and the powerful the sound has. And I think I made some impact on them because uh, some weeks later, uh, they talked about gifting a vinyl of some indie music band to a friend of us because he got so excited about how the vinyl sounds. So yes, I think the best way to do that is to actually show them how the vinyl sounds. Okay, for the third question, it was the most important records on my collection. I actually have some of them that are from my collection, and another ones are from my dad collection because they are still kind of important to me. And I will start with Entomb Left Hand Pad because it was not the first but the second CD I got bought but my own, and it's from that. It was when I was discovering death metal, and I was pretty obsessed with Entomb about all his discography. I like his death and roll time as well. But yeah, not much to say about this album. It's a classic. Everyone likes it, and it's pretty influential. Nothing much to say. It's amazing to this day, and yeah. So the next one that is also in my collection, it will be Bathory Blood on Ice, because again, this is my first vinyl. I remember being so excited about buying it because I started to buying CDs uh, basically because they were cheaper, and I at the time I started to do it, I didn't know very well how to find some products that I like at good prices, and the money was a problem. But yeah, and this album is not my favorite from Bathory, but it kind of grew on me because at the start I was like, yeah, Bloodfire Dead, the best, but time after time I still I still enjoy Bloodfire Dead, but as time passes on, uh, I I started to prefer another kind of sound on Battery later discography. I will say this and Twilight of the Gods are the ones that I feel are the most special. That that's a personal feeling. Nothing really musical. So yeah, and this is why I it's so important to me. Uh, the next one is not actually mine. It's from a father. It's Rainbow Long Live Rock and Roll. And why is this so special for me? Yeah, because this this album has this song, uh, the Gates of Babylon. I remember when I was 12 years old, I was sitting in the car of my dad, and that song started to play, and the the sound. Yeah, it was the first time that I asked my dad about, hey, what is this? Who is singing? Who is playing? Who? Um, it was the song that started all about uh, my career listening metal music. It was with that song, Gates of Babylon, from the album Long Live Rock and Roll. So I have plenty of respect for this album. Okay, so the next one is gonna be Nocturnal Mortum Nichrist. Um, it's my favorite Nocturnal Mortum album, and I think it's kind of. I know, I know. There are a lot of people who hate it. I think it's fair. I think it's an album that is about you love it or you hate it. But I think it's with all the Nocturnal Mortum discography, I sometimes think that this album is kind of forgotten. Apart from the Nazi imagery and all of that. But I think it's one of his most raw and also progressive works that they ever did, because not only the folk elements but the production of this album is extremely raw. They didn't sound like they wouldn't sound like this in any album at all, and the structure of the songs, I don't know, it has a lot of changes, goes through a lot of parts, and I think it's, I don't know, very overrated. No, overrated. No, the other thing, but I don't remember the word. Sorry, English is not my main language. But yeah, but this version, when I buy this version of Nocturnal Mortum Nichrist, I learned a lesson, and it's because this is a reissue from, I think, the year 2018, and this reissue has the song in the night of the no, in the night of the fire in churches. I don't remember exactly. In the night of the wooden churches, in the fire of the wooden churches. I don't remember, but it is my favorite song of the album and has the best moment of the album. That is that finale with all the flutes, but in this version is absolutely ruined. It sounds like shit, and I didn't know that. Now I do, and what I learned for that is make sure what version of the album are you buying because it kinda ruin the experience. So yeah, I will have to find another version of this one because yeah, it has my favorite moment run. And for the last album, this is not mine again. This is "Thick as a Brick" by Jethro Tull. Well, it's okay. Yeah, it's "Thick as a Brick" by Jethro Tull. And why do I choose this album? Because when I listened to it when I was a teen, a teenager, it kind of blew me away because for so many reasons. But I think the principal one will be the length of the song. It is just a only song in two parts, and I was very obsessed with. There was a summer that I would listen to this album 2 or 3 times a day, and it's 14 minutes long. So yeah, I like it that much, and it kind of my point of view of searching and what and listening to music because at that time the longest song that I was used to it was 6 7 minutes. I don't know. Together along with the band Genocide, I discovered my love for progressive rock. Progressive rock, I like the progressive rock much more like than progressive metal. So yeah, and for the last question, the which music I listen in different stations, I don't really can think of some music that I listen into the winter or the spring. But when the summer starts, I come back to my father and mother's home because I study in another city. So here is where I have my music collection and the music well, where I can listen to this music in this physical format. So I find myself that listening to these albums are the first ones that I always listen when I come back to home, and those will be um, Cathedral, Forest of Equilibrium, and Carcass Necroteams. I don't know why. Well, I love these two albums for different reasons. But I know I think that there are some of the best that I have in discovery. I mean, Cathedral has nothing that sounds like that in his later discography. And even though I like his later discography, this album is so special. Probably one of the slowest albums I ever heard, and I like it from start to finish. And Carcass Necrothemes is, I think, the best Carcass has ever did because it's something that they will never manage to do again because it was from a time that they were changing from the greencore sound they were doing, and they wanted to do something more or death metal oriented, and they later ended up in the melodic death metal. But this one has like sick tempo changes, and there are like, I don't know, it kind of feels progressive at times. I don't know, it's very unique. So yeah. So well, this was my video response to the four questions. Thanks for watching and for the contest. Well, Wyatt, I hope you see this. I know the hashtag is fucked up, but I hope you see it. Okay, bye.